Hello and welcome. Adita Lang here, and in today's strength and bodyweight class, well, we are going to work from head to toe, my friends. A complete full body, you and me. Now, with that said, you're going to want a light set and a medium to heavy set of weights, a mat close by, water close by, take breaks when you need to, and work at a pace that's comfortable to you. So as we get started, let's march in place and talk a bit of posture. So your shoulders are back and down into your back pockets. Now, this lifts up your chest, which is a good thing. Ribs open, so the ribs, I want you to contract them inward ever so slightly because this engages your abdominals. Now from there, let's walk forward and back with a heel dig. And out. Again. Now remember, the warm-up is all about warming up the body, getting your body and the blood circulated for what we're about to do. So the moves don't have to be too large right now, but we want to move. One more. Now, alternating heel digs, and out, out, and alternating knee up, and lift, lift. Now, I want you to give yourself a little split-second pause, engaging those muscles involved in balance. Shoulders still stay down and back. Now take the legs out, and leg curls. Keeping the chest up, and breathing as you're moving. One more. And march in place. Let's go forward and back with a heel dig. And out. Again. Out. Now, as you're moving, I want you to think shoulders. They always stay held back. Now, for some of you, if you're used to allowing your shoulders to roll forward, it'll feel strange because you have to lift your chest way up in the air. That's a good thing. Let's pull those shoulders back. Keep that chest up. It's almost like you're marching at attention. One more. Alternating heel digs, forward. This time, press the arms forward, but again, hold the shoulders back, even though your arms go forward. Inhale and exhale. Now, knee up, and up, up. One more. Convert this to a leg curl. And toe taps, reach across the chest. Inhale and exhale. You have 4 and 3. Now 2. Hold to the left, roll through the back foot, and up, down, roll up. One more time. Hold the heel down and stretch forward. Bracing in from the center. Now the body to the front, toes come up, sitting down in the left leg and hinge. Deep breath and exhale. One more time. I want you to feel like you're really pushing your glutes out and your toe up to the sky and lift. Now other side, press down, arms open wide. Out and in, out. One more. Hold the heel down, stretch forward, bracing in from the center. Turn the body to the front, toes up, and hinge and sit. Big deep breath. Exhale, tailbone goes back and hold. And center. Now one arm across the chest and hold. Release. Again, across the chest. And the other side, across the chest. Release. And in. And now let go. Okay, let's start with your feet, hip distance apart. Both arms come forward and think shoulder blades. They press back in together and release. Squeeze back in together and release. Full inhale and full exhale. 4 more. And 3. Feel the shoulder blades connect behind you. 2 more. 1 more. And release. Okay, I'm going to step forward just a little bit here. Your feet are hip distance. Notice the width in between your feet. That's kind of important. We're going to alternate lunges. So you step back with your left, you come down, and you step back into place. Step back, down, and back up into place. Now, think of the front knee. It stays over the ankle, so you have to shift your body weight to the back leg as you bend both knees. Chest is up, shoulders are back and down. Take your time. Form and technique here is really the most important part. So sitting back, keeping the knee over the ankle and not pressing forward towards the toes. Shoulders are back. Bending your back leg, squeezing through your glutes to lift up. Let's do 3 more on each leg. This is 1. And 2. Last 1. And 3, yes. Okay, arms come forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and release. See, this works a muscle called the rhomboids. It's in between your shoulder blades. And very important to stay strong so that way it holds your shoulders back naturally. 4 more. And 3. Now 2. And 1. Release. Let's do our lunges again. Feet are hip distance. Chest is tall. Hips are parallel to the floor. Left leg down. And the right. Now remember that front knee stays on top of the ankle. You're sitting back with your weight so that both legs have the same amount of weight as you move through the exercise. Full inhale, full exhale. 5 more on each side. So this is 4. Now 3. Here's 2. 1 more on each. And 1. And up. Oh, move yourself around. Okay, let's take our heavier set of dumbbells. Feet are hip distance. Chest is up tall. Let us start here with a hinge. So I want you to bend your knees slightly, hinge, which means you only bend from the hip joint. So your spine stays in neutral. Now remember that retraction we did? Feel your shoulder blades connected and pull up through the elbows. Keeping the elbows very close to the body, you're looking at the floor. Feel your tailbone back and away. Small bend in the knees. Squeeze up through the shoulder blades. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift up. Hammer curls, 1 arm at a time. So the thing with weight training is you want the weight to feel challenging, but not so challenging that you have to struggle through the motion. So I want you to think about that. If any exercise we do feels too challenging, just lighten the weight. On the same breath, if it feels too easy, increase the weight. But form and technique is key here. Shoulders stay back, elbow stays in one spot. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. And 2. 1 more. And 1. And down. Now shoulders are back and down, small bend in the knees. And hinge. Now this time something different. The minute you feel the stretch in your hamstrings, I want you to pull yourself right back up. Keeping the motion from the hinge so that the spine stays in neutral the whole time. I want you to feel like you have a straight line from the tip of your head all the way to your tailbone. Squeeze your glutes as you lift. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Three more. And 2, feel your toes touching the floor. 1 more time. Now this time, hinge, stay here, small bend in the knees, and back row. Feeling your shoulder blades connect, keeping the spine in neutral. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift up, hammer curl. Chest is up, shoulders back and down. Feel your bicep contract as you bend your elbow. Remember, we want this to be slightly challenging, just not overwhelming. Muscle is important because muscle stores protein for us. And we need protein for recovery, repair, when we get sick, all of it. So it's kind of important. Think of your muscles as your protein storage house. 4 more on each. Here's 1, 2, shoulders stay back, 3, and 4. Okay, we have 1 more set of deadlifts. Small bend in the knee, that stays. Shoulders stay back, hinge, feel the stretch in your hamstring, and then squeeze your glutes to come back up. Keeping your toes touching the floor. I know sometimes it feels easier if all your weight is in your heels, but your toes really should be touching down. And that strengthens the muscles of your toes, which helps with balance and stability as well. 4 more. And 3. Now 2. And 1. Excellent. Okay, this is a great time to grab some water, and let's come down to the floor. There we go. So let's just start. A little basic stretch with the legs. Chest is up nice and tall, and I want you to think about the hinge. Now, if you're sitting in this position, but you're rounded back, think about rolling up your mat or a towel and sitting up on something or a block. This will enable you to sit up taller, and then from there you hinge forward for your stretch. So keep the chest up, pull the toes back. Deep breath, and exhale. One more time. And exhale. And lift up. Now, I'm going to move this weight because it's slightly in the way. Okay, let's take our feet a little bit wider than our hips. Chest is up tall. Now again, you should be sitting up on something if you feel like you're pressing back with your lower back. So I want you sitting up nice and tall. From here, pretend that you have a broomstick between your arms. So you cannot bend in or lift up, right? They just stay in one spot. Shoulders are down and back. Rotate from the torso as far as you can, and then hinge and reach. Lift up, rotate, hinge and reach. Rotate, hinge and reach. So like for me, I have to really focus so that I don't bend from my shoulder. So I really think about my rotation of my torso and then my hinge. So we each have different areas we have to think about. I want you to think about yours. But remember, the better we make our form and technique, maybe that didn't really sound grammatically correct, but when we make our form and technique really good, that ends up enhancing our physical benefits for our exercise. So keep that in mind. Chest up, shoulders back and down. 3 more. And 2. 1 more on each side. And back up. So, sitting in any position you'd like, as long as you're sitting tall. Take 1 dumbbell, arm comes up, holding the arm, now aiming the elbow straight up and feeling your tricep, bend back and extend. I want you to use this hand, not necessarily to hold the arm up, but to feel the tricep contract, so you're very aware. Full inhale, full exhale. Fix the mic so it doesn't get covered up. There we go. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side, same thing. Chest is up, feel your tricep, and down and up. I want you to feel the muscle contract as you extend your arm. Maybe that means you move a little slower. Maybe that means you pretend that the weight is 10 times heavier than it is. Deepen your breathing. Full inhale, full exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, both feet go out. Chest is up nice and tall, arms out. Now remember, there is a broomstick between those arms. So rotate the torso and then hinge and reach. Rotate, hinge and reach. Inhale and exhale. Both hips on the ground, shoulders are down and back. We have 4 more on each side. That was 1. Here's 2. Rotate from the torso, 3. And 1 more on each side. And back to center. Again, sitting any way you want to, as long as you're sitting nice and tall. Arm comes up, feeling your tricep, and bend back. We call this overhead tricep extensions. Straight up. Trying to keep the elbow aiming towards the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side, same thing. Arm up, feel your tricep, and extend. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's bring our weights close by on each side. And rolling over on the side. Bring yourself down on your back, starting with the bigger weights. So let's start with a basic chest press. Now I want you to think about your shoulders. They're pressed back towards the mat, knuckles to the sky so the wrist is straight, and then press up through the knuckles. As you push the weight up, you should feel like your chest rises up to the sky. Your rib cage is engaged. You inhale one way and exhale the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower these down. Arms out to the side. Both legs come up. So your knees are bent about 90 degrees. Chest is up, shoulders are pushed back to the mat. And slowly allow the legs to move to the left. And as you do so, I want you to push your right shoulder into the mat. The minute you can't hold your shoulder down anymore, which here is mine, stop, pull in from the rib cage, and move the leg to the other side. Same thing. Holding the shoulder down, and then up and over. So your legs don't go all the way to the floor, and actually, there's very few people that really have the strength to do that, and the flexibility. So, your goal here is more of feeling your shoulders. Deep breath and exhale. Let's do one more on each side. And back to center. Taking hold of your bigger weights. Starting with the elbows bent at 90, knuckles to the sky. Remember, shoulders are back towards the mat, and press up. Full inhale, full exhale. Four more. 3, 2, and 1. Lowering these down. Arms go right back out, legs up. Feeling both hips into the floor, and allow the legs to go to the right or to the left, and let the right shoulder stay on the ground, and then squeeze through the middle and the other side. Using your shoulders to dictate your range of motion. And then really bracing in from your center as your legs move, because that's how your abdominals become engaged and become stronger. One more on each side. And bring yourself down to center. So your feet are hip distance and they're fairly close to your glutes. Arms are down. Think of the shoulders again. Press them down and back into the mat. Now pull yourself up into a bridge. Feel your feet into the floor. So all 10 toes touch the floor. Now press through your inner thighs, bring your knees together, and then open them to the side, but without lifting your toes off the floor. At the same time, your goal here is a straight line from the knee all the way to the shoulder. So you want to lift your glutes up and keep them engaged. Bracing in from the ribs. Four, three, two, and one. Lower down. Let's just hug the knees into the chest. Why not? Now bring the feet down. Take your lighter weights. Elbows are in close to the body. Shoulders are pinned back. And press up and down. Straight up and down. Working through the shoulders. Keeping the knuckles up to the sky so the wrist is very straight. Four more. Three, two, and one. Lower those down. Again, shoulders pushed into the mat, up into your bridge, and press the legs in and out. Keeping your feet flat on the floor, keeping the straight line from your shoulders to your knees by utilizing your glutes and contracting in from the center. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Oh, I took a bigger weight by accident. Look at that. Okay, shoulders are back. Press up and down from there. Knuckles up to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Bracing in from your center, using your breath as you move. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the weights. And since we're here, let's extend one leg up and press the leg in. Now I want you to think about pushing your tailbone into the floor as you bring the leg to you. Release and press in. And release other side. Leg goes up, press in. Tailbone into the ground. Release, big deep breath. Exhale. One more. And release. So bring ourselves over, and we can move those dumbbells out of the way for now. Actually, over here. I'd like you to bring yourself into a tricep push-up position. So pressing the hips down, so there's a more or less of a straight line from the tip of the head all the way to the knees, as opposed to keeping your hips up. You want to bring them in so they line up with the rest of your spine. Now from here, lead with your right arm, and I want you to gently set yourself down and lift yourself back up. Inhale one way and exhale the other. And you'll notice how that straight line from my head to my knees never changes. So my hips don't push back up into the air when the work gets hard. I basically brace in more from the center as the work gets hard. 3 more here. And 2. Last one. And sit back in a child's pose. And bring yourself all the way up. Both hands come back and press back to the shoulders. And release. We're going to do a set of push-ups. So your hands go off the mat. Your chest lands in between both hands. And I want you to think about this. You should feel like your body weight is in your hands. Bend down to 90 degrees where the elbow is right above the wrist and push up from there. Bracing in from your center, keeping your neutral spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch back. We have one more round. Starting with your up downs. So positioning your body right here, bracing in from the center. Opposite arm will take you down this time. Lowering down and up. Keeping your glutes lined up with your spine. Two more. One more. And press back. Let's lift up. One arm goes behind the back. Reach for the elbow and stretch out your tricep. And release the other side. Up and back. We're down to the finish line. One last set of push-ups. Hands off the mat. Your chest lands right in between the hands and lower and lift. Down to 90 degrees, maintaining the elbow right above the wrist and feeling like all your body weight is in your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch back. And again, let's take those arms back. Deep breath. And exhale. It's another great time to grab some water. And release. Let's extend one leg out. Cross one foot over into a figure four. Big deep breath here and exhale and hinge forward. Remember that lengthening. The hinge comes from the hip joint. So lift the chest up, feel the tailbone go back, at the same time point your toes towards you. Now lifting up the knee, taking hold with the right arm. Push your left shoulder as far back as you can. Feeling that stretch in the hips and through the spine. Now let's stay on this side. Hinge forward again, lower your forearm. This time left arm comes up and open back so you feel the stretch through the chest and shoulders. And release. The other side, same thing. Big deep breath. Exhale and hinge. Take hold of the knee and rotate. And release. Now hinge forward, lower the forearm, right arm comes up and back. And release. So sitting with the legs any way you want to, as long as both hips are into the floor. Hands behind the head, slowly rotate to the left, aiming back with the left elbow, keeping the torso up nice and tall. Extend and reach those arms as far as they can go. And back in. Come forward, chin to chest. And lift up, rotate to the right. Chest is up nice and tall. Extend those arms. Back behind the head, center and chin to chest. And release. Both legs go out. They're a little wider than your hips. Inhale here and exhale and hinge forward. Lengthening through your spine. Feel the tailbone go back and pull the toes towards you. Deep breath. Exhale and hold. And now again, sit any way that you feel comfortable with, as long as you're sitting tall. And ear to shoulder and hold. And the other side. And hold. Now release, shoulders come up, back and around. Big circle, all the way up and around. Now hold the shoulders straight down, look to the left as far as you can, and look to the right. One more time, look to the left. And look to the right. Extend both arms and just rotate around the wrist, big circle. And the other direction all the way around. And now just shake those arms out. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. Go out there, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, and keep the body moving. Until next time, bye for now.